Well, good morning, good morning. It's a lovely day here, not a cloud in the sky. It's going to be great riding through the mountains. Check that out. Oh, look, a little cloud. But man, beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful ride. Lots of magnificent scenery. Just got to pack my bike up and hit the road. But yeah, man, like, look at these houses built on these like steep ass mountainsides. I don't know how they've done it. How safe they are. They mustn't have earthquakes here or something. I don't know. It's crazy, man. But yeah, it's beautiful houses. I'd love to live in one of these things, especially one of those ones up there with a beautiful view. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to hit the road and see where it leads me. On my just leaving Darjeeling, I think it is, and on my way to Gangtok, which is it's about 100 k's, but it's Google Maps is saying it's going to take me 3.5 hours. So it kind of gives you an idea how windy and how slow going it is. Yeah, it's going to be cool, eh? Over and out. Absolutely stunning. Oh, okay, so about halfway to Gangtok. Another 2 hours to go to cover. It's only like 62 k's, but I reckon it's going to take 2 hours. And yeah, looking at the roads that I've just been through, to be about right. Yes, I had a massive climb down, all the way down from Darjeeling right down to the river here. Man, it was a steep road down. I was using a bit too much back brake at the start of it and took my back brakes and lost my back brake. There's no back brake at all, so I had to like adjust my riding style and use my engine braking and rest my brakes. I only had the front brake left and I'm like, oh, I don't want that to get cooked too. Yeah, so I just had to slow down a little bit, and eventually my back brake cooled down a bit and came back. So yeah, just had to cruise down it. Man, it was a steep road. Heaps of like switchbacks and like hairpin corners. Done this one part of the road, it was like a corkscrew, like I went through a tunnel. I was like, wow, that was amazing. I've never been anything through like that before. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Way different than anything I've ever experienced. This river here, yeah, that's had a massive flood. They said it had a massive flood or about a week or so ago, but last year I think there was a dam further on up the river that burst and caused a lot of destruction. You can find that online. I was wanting to go and have a look at it actually, the leftovers of the dam. It's not too far off my journey. I might see if I can make it there. But yeah, this is cool, man. The road's a little bit rough here along the river, but most of it's been tar seal. Been heaps of little villages and places to eat along the way, but you haven't stopped yet. I'm sort of like, yeah, wait as long as I can before I eat. So yeah, we'll see what happens. This is awesome. Peace out. Okay, so I had a bit of a roadblock going along the river road. Yeah, police officer there saying the road's closed, so I have to do a bit of a detour. Hopefully it doesn't take me too much longer. We'll just see what happens, eh? Them's the brakes. Well, what a day that was. I won't say I made it to my intended destination, but I did make it somewhere that's just as good. I think it's way better actually. I just got pretty blessed near the end of this journey. But I tell you, the trip from Darjeeling, I think that's the name of it, to Gantong, that threw some spanners in the works, like have another, started off so great, and then things just went, and then but yeah, like what the laws of what goes up must come down, and you've got to stay balanced even through everything. That's what I've been learning. That was my lesson today. And even though sometimes you don't want to learn these lessons, they just get bang. You think you're pretty cool, or you think you're good, you got it all. Here's another lesson, boom. You never stop growing and you never stop evolving. I tell you what, if you sit in your comfort zone, it's like you're like in like your cage, like you don't. So you really only get these lessons when you start jumping out of your comfort zone. That's what I can just testify to that over the last week or so. And I tell you what, the growth I've done internally, mentally, physically, I want to do more of this. I'm just going to fund it somehow. But yeah, so today, okay, it's a bit of a story. I've got a bit of, okay, carry on. Okay, the story today. So I left Darjeeling, and there was all this downhill stuff, like I said in the rest of the vid. And then I get to cruising along the river. It's only like another, not even a couple of hours to go, and then there's the roadblock. There's this army officer dude on the road, and he's like, nah, road's blocked. And so I quickly Google map and try and make an alternative course. And yeah, cool, got someone that's not too far. And then I do this alternative course, and it takes me up beautiful riding, like some of the most spectacular riding I've done on the roads anywhere.
such good windies, like on the brakes, on the gas, it's just like that all the time. And I was loving it. And then I got right up the top of this mountain above the river, and I'll tell you, these mountains, you might see in my photos, they're pretty high. And anyway, cruising along, and then it tells me to cut, Google Maps tells me to cut back down, and I'm like, okay, right. So I cut back down, it takes me like 45 minutes maybe to get back down the bottom, and then I start cruising on the river, and I'm like, oh, I think I've bypassed, because I'm starting to see bits on the road I haven't seen before. I'm like, hopefully I've bypassed the roadblock. And I go around a couple of Ks, and then I realise that I'm like, there's the roadblock right in front of me. So I'd bypassed the person on the road, the old army dude, but I'd pretty much landed right on this big slip that had taken out the road, and they're trying to repair it, and oh man, and I was like, so I went from this high of like, coming down the bottom, seeing bits of the road that I hadn't seen, like, yeah, I must have bypassed it. Cool, let's go. And then this big low, man, like hit this, and then I tried like bartering with them, because I thought I could have ridden my bike over this slip if they'd just done a bit of moving with the digger they had. But they were like, nah, the supervisor was just like, he didn't want to bar it, so it's like, damn, I'm going to ride all the way back, like halfway back to where I'd come from, get back up on top of the mountain again. It's like, oh, alright. So I didn't even take a photo or video of that time. I was like, really like, oh man, that's pretty. Yeah, so jumped back on my bike and started backtracking, which I don't like doing at all, really. I don't like backtracking. So yeah, I was a bit down. But then I started riding back up the hill. I'd come down, and it was hard coming down, like really on the brakes. It was real steep, like steepest roads I've ever been down. But I started enjoying it. It was like cool, like first, second gear, around these hairpin corners. I probably made it up quicker than I made it down, like, because I was down here, like I couldn't cook my brakes, so I had to like really be careful. Up I was just gassing, it was really cool. But so that was my up, and then I got up top and managed to bump into someone that pointed me in the right direction, and I looked at it, and it was like I was back at the beginning. Like I was happy I made it to the top, like sweet, let's go. And then I was back to the beginning, like I had another like 3.5 hours to go. And I was like, man, that's like where I started from back in Darjeeling. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, so I carry on riding, and then the beautiful views and scenery soon cheered me up. Went through this town that I probably would have never gone through in my life if I hadn't done this little diversion, so that really cheered me up too. Carry on through these beautiful places, and I see there was kind of like not like a roadblock thingy, but it maybe looked like one, but the gate was up and there was no officers around, and I just rode straight through it. And I'm like going pretty hard because it's starting to get dark at this stage, and little do I know someone's chasing me, because I've just ridden through the border into the Sikkim state where you're supposed to get a, what do they call it, one of those, like a visa thingy, like I can't remember the name, it's kind of like a visa anyway when you come to Sikkim. And I'm like cruising, then this car comes on the way, and there's this army officer, and he's waving me down. And I'm about a couple of k's past this checkpoint thingy that I thought was just for like weighing trucks or something. I don't know, I didn't see no one around. And this officer's like, oh, you gotta go back. And he goes, oh, there's someone coming. And I'm thinking, oh, true, was he was never gonna catch me. I was hauling ass because I'm trying to get out of there before it gets dark. Yeah, I've been riding 3 or 4 hours. And anyway, so I ended up having to go back so I'm backtracking again. And I'm just trying to, and it was easy actually. I had my piece, and I had, like, through the tests that I got today, I had a lot of peace in my mind. It was beautiful. And so I go back there, and because I've still got my peace and my vibe's good, no one's giving me any they'd all just like, oh, they understand, the gate should have been down, they should have been stopping everyone and lifting it up, and they were like, oh, we're yelling out to you, and I was like, bro, I had my headphones in and I was listening to my cool tunes, And he's like, they were all laughing, and so we got the whole, I was like, everyone was laughing, and I got sorted really quick. I said, the reason I was going so fast too was because I was running out of light, and my headlight on my bike is like rubbish, man, like I can't hardly see. It's just hopeless on those 411 Himalayans, you know, the earlier models. And he was like laughing too, like understood, and so they rushed me through pretty much and got me stamped and wished me all last, safe driving. And so I'm away again, and then the roads from there was another couple of hours actually, and this was like 4:30, and I'm like, wow, okay, got a long time. And so I'm cruising, but the roads were beautiful, and nice wide 2-lane roads for once. You know, I've been riding skinny 1-lane roads for a while, and it was cool, man. Like heaps of hairpins, like same thing. You could only couldn't even get past third gear really most of the way. Yeah, and then I come in getting dark, and I'm like, I'm like, Google Maps is still saying I've got an hour, and I've only got like 20 k's to cover, and I'm like. But no, I'll learn not to double guess Google Maps timing. Yeah, we had a bit of a battle tonight, and coming into like 10 k's before Gangtok, and then I soon find out why it's going to take me so long, because it's just jammed up again for as far as the eye can see, like around, and everyone's just like at crawling pace. And so I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden, you know, you see the locals on their bikes, and they just come roaring past right down the centre line. There's only just enough width for your handlebars. And so I just jump in behind them and just do what they do, and we just like this, like cruising down the centre line. It's just the most fun ever, like better than any amusement park. And we're just like cruising, and then he might drop off, and I'll just do the same thing, do so a bit safe, and then a local will jump past, and I'll just do the same thing, jump in behind him. And the time was just chopping back. And yeah, so then I'm like, sweet, that was so much fun, I was quite cool. And then I had to turn off to the last K or so before my motel, and cruising to this road, and it just comes to like a dead end pretty much, like they're working on this road, and it's blocked off, and I'm like, oh well, so I had to make another thing on Google Maps that's saying it's still fine, but nah. And so I make another diversion, and I go around, like takes me another 10 minutes or so, and I've been riding for like 7 hours at this stage. I'm over it. Oh, you know, and I just want to get to my hotel room. It's like 7:30 at night, and come around this other direction, and the same thing. It's like roadwork at the other side too. Oh, man, I just was like, oh no. I don't even know how to find this place, eh? And luckily I didn't have to pay a deposit for my booking or nothing, give my credit card details. And so I'm thinking, I've tried, you know, I can't keep trying hard to get to this, but I'm just going to go find somewhere as soon as I can. And so I turn around and go back down the road, and 100, maybe 200 metres down the road to this hotel, so I just call it in there. See this cool ass dude just comes out of the kitchen area, and he's like a manager dude, and I'll tell you what, man, it was like he was an angel, eh, honestly. He was so kind, and I was just at that point I was really in need of some help. Like I was like really like getting defeated, like I didn't know, and I was like, and this guy was so kind, and he took me up there. He goes, oh, come with me. He goes, I see you got any rooms here? And he's like, nah, we're fully booked, man. And he can speak pretty good English, which I was very grateful for too. And he goes, oh, there's this place up the road. He took me to this like a spa resort, like not even 50 minutes up the road. And I said, oh, that looks pretty expensive, bro. I've only got 1,000 rupees for a night. That's my budget, you know. He's like, come on, we'll just try anyway. And he takes me in there, and I bet you he would have tried to get me a deal for that too. But the manager they couldn't get hold of him on the phone, and this other dude, yeah, he was behind the desk. He didn't really know what to do. And he says, oh, come with me. So we walk back, and he goes, walking back, he goes, oh, there's another place down the road I manage. I'll see if I can get you in there. And it was only like 100 metres past where I parked my bike outside his place. And so I roll my bike down while he's walking and get up in there, and man, he just books, like he talked to the owner. I think he was outside doing some stuff outside. He is a cool dude too. He's like a tall Asian looking dude. This other guy was kind of like Indian looking. the tour agent, he knew he had one of his friends. He goes, "Where are you from?" I'm in New Zealand. He's like, "Oh yeah, no." We're like talking. "Oh, I've got a friend in Wellington." Blah, 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 blah. And so, and even the manager dude, this real cool dude, takes me up in reception, and he just makes the whole process so easy. I get put in this beautiful room, like the best room I've ever had for 1,000 rupees. And he was just so kind, and he goes, he didn't rush me to check in, and man, like it just felt like that's what I really needed, and that was just enough to top my day off, you know, like I don't need more. It was so kind. I thanked him so much for his kindness, and it was like he didn't even really need my thank. He was just like what he was, just what he does, and like I say, your vibe attracts your tribe. And I would do the same thing too if someone turned up at my place. If I was in the same position as him and I could do what he could have done, I would have done the same thing. And that's the thing, like this is how we have to treat each other, how we would like to be treated. And Jesus said, love one another, and this is what we should be doing. Yeah, I won't go into why we're not doing it because it's so many different reasons. All right, that's my little speech for my journey. Like tomorrow, I think I'm gonna have a day off tomorrow. I think I might stay 2 nights here in this place because it's so beautiful, and it's a nice view out the window. Like you probably see some of my other places; they haven't been this nice. I'll take you even into the bathroom. I see we've got a fan. Oh yep, had the hot water on. So clean, everything is so beautiful and clean. Yeah, wow, so 1,000, I might stay here tomorrow night, I'm thinking, and just have a day off, because man, I wasn't wanting a hard day like I had today. And yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Peace out.